are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, Week 15 begins with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Hand off to Gibbs, headed right here. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 31 yards there and a 1st down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. Now, they come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Another run for Gibbs here. Spinning away. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 51 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like
touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Now, this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Lawrence. This complete to Lockett. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 3rd and 4 now. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
This is fielded at the 27. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Play action. Here's Goff. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to take over here near the 40. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're saying right now. Showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. You talk about this Lions defense. They enter play 1 from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Hey, go, 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 go. 13, Luke.
And going right back to Walker. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The Vikings had 4-9 now on the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. These two teams, they met at Ford Field earlier this season with the Lions winning that ball game. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. 2nd and 9. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles, and his feet never stop moving?
The slot man in motion right. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Levante David in on the tackle.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted. But it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, maybe another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what you're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So, Charles, they get to them with their 1st turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 79 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And that was uses 4 verticals. They were going for a big play, and it resulted in a big play.
And you know why that's so difficult to cover? Because you can throw the ball to any one of those 4 vertical receivers at any point in the pattern. Wherever they're open, just get them the ball and then let them run after it.
And he runs it all the way in for a touchdown. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there, holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year. He's got a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his 1st career interception in the National Football League.
I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field.
There he goes, left side. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kenneth Walker with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. The try here for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he returns this to the 22. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Goff. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
The offenses are always trying to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back, because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And now falling complete.
First down here, and that's all, folks. Good work
formation. On fourth down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. This is taken around the 12. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now we'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Complete. Jefferson to target. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there and a pickup at 25. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They'll find Osborne here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, Lion!
The 29-yard line.
Hey, Jupiter! Here we go, Saham. 30 left. Here we go, Saham.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
On red.
2nd and a couple. Now Lawrence to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Tyler Lockett from 21 yards away. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. To throw on second down is gone. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
There's Gone. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. And how about this one now in their own territory. A gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Running for it, Montgomery. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now gone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Here's Goff. That one let go deep for Laporta. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football inside the 10, and they are going to bring this one back. It's a foul return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Well, PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. And that flag accepted. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Cut. What's that?
Well, indeed, try to run it out as they start on the ground. Shoves him aside. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he gets it up past the 35. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as we'll get this up to the 29. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. They go play action with Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Oh, Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Lawrence will throw. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he will have the Vikings first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Lawrence now to throw after that last run. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Heavy.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Josh Paschal there to bring him down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's 2nd and 7.
11.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Ken Walker, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Well, they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 104 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now a first down throw, gone. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play.
And the Lions first down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2nd down and 3. Gibbs straight ahead. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Trying to lay one up deep. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Khalif Raymond, 36 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. So a very important first drive of the 3rd quarter, Charles, and safe to say a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one up to around the 33. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Big 13 heavy.
They'll run the toss to Walker. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. It's caught, Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Now Lawrence on first down. Throw out wide to Walker. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it's second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker. Finally sheds himself free. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 118 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Big 13 heavy.
Running right, here's Walker. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got him now.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Here's Walker. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Go.
Walker once more. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. Lawrence toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter This would be their third straight defeat. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
The Goff's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Value three.
First down, Detroit.
Whoa.
Now Goff on first down. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Goff and Williams hooking up there for a Lions first. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
125 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them.
There's Laporta. He's got it. Touchdown, Lions. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not True. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much, too.
So for Minnesota, the win gets them to 5-9 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Lions, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And all eyes are on the dual threat Lamar Jackson. He's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Colts and the Titans, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they come in really scuffling, losers of 7 of their last 8 games.
And they've been an underachieving team, but they do have some pretty good pieces in place. Let's see if they can use some of the younger guys and make themselves better.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Indianapolis. On the return, Deontay Hardy. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that's incomplete. You look at this Colt defense. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears CD.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that, though. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-1 as opposed to the 2-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Yep. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. To throw is Jackson. This one is Slayton over the middle. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Jackson. It's complete to Williams. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Again, Jackson. And he slings one that's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. That's complete to Slayton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 25-yard line. They go play action with Jackson. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tonyan. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The numbers last week for Tonyan: 6 catches, 63 yards, and a touchdown.
And that put him over 1,000 yards for the season. And the benchmark for running backs, 1,000 yards. The same for receivers. When you have that kind of a year, you've had a monster one.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Jackson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the deep.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Throwing on 3rd and long, Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action, Williams. And that is incomplete. You look at this Colt defense. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's taken on the 25. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. Now, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy. There's a nice move. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. And now Jackson will look to throw it. This one complete to Tonyan underneath. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Clock running here. Under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Throwing is Jackson. Touchdown, Colts! Jameson Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to add on to that lead. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. 2nd down, here's a run with Bigsby. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Give to Bigsby on the option. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Hess. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 32-yard line. Looking to throw. Williams. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Williams. That's complete. It's Collins. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. This offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dive defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Blankenship's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Here's Jackson to throw. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, here's Swift. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. The Colts at 13-2 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hilton. And the Titans are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Williams' throw taken in by Collins. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 49-yard line.
Looking to throw. Williams. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter. Here's Williams. Throwing on 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
It's taken to the 26. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And he'll get maybe a couple, if that, up to the 46.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And that is no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a 1st down. Back to throw. Williams. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. They'll set up a screen for Bigsby. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 3 from the 9. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Fair to say it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. Got his man, it's Williams. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. To throw is Jackson. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, Jackson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Returnable for Lockett. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this 1st half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a 2nd half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Williams. And that's going to be incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Williams now on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Jordan Stout now. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded just inside the 20. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And that's going to be caught downfield by Slayton. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. Now Jackson on 1st down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this 1st half. So we have come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He's got Slayton on the slant. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Here now, 2nd and 4. Jackson from the shotgun. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They go play action now. Jackson. Wilson's got it complete. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. And Jackson throwing once more. Catch made by Slayton. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. This is Swift on the counter. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 16. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Here's Swift. And he takes it in for a Colts score. DeAndre Swift. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Bigsby. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd down and 4. Off the play fake, Williams. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Left side complete to Lockett. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And able to get this to the 31.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Williams throw taken in by Bourne. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 12-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Williams. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Tyler Lockett. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Jackson on first down. And he completes it to Wilson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
Jackson. And incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 30. From the 41, here's a 2nd and 4. From the gun, Jackson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. To throw again is Jackson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be Titan football. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, or former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off. So you feel that at the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays. So let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now it's Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Garrett Wilson from 19 yards away. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Tennessee offense set to go again. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Back to throw. Williams. And that will be incomplete as well.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
So possession goes over here on the punt. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Jackson now. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing is Jackson. This one is Slayton over the middle. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and run here with Swift. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Colts send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now Williams throwing on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Williams' throw taken in by Collins. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll look to throw again. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. The Titans on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 11. This is Fant on the short completion. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to pick up the Titans' first down with ease as they'll wind up getting 9 there on 4th and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw again. His throw incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action. Now Jackson. Throwing for the out route. He finds Wilson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. 3rd down and 1. Play action. It's Jackson. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Swift going to try up the middle. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. This one completes a Tonyan underneath. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 17-yard line. Jackson. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Garrett Wilson. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Colts are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is now 24. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Tennessee offense making their way out onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Oh, you're impressed,
Yeah, I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now, to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Williams. He'll let this go deep for Collins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Williams throwing on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Here's Jackson. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Williams.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's Williams to throw on 3rd down. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. On now is the Titans punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. They'll start on the ground with Swift, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Once again, it's Swift. And he will find his way forward to about the 23-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Colts, they improved to 14-2 with still 1 game left to be played in this regular season.